Today on entitled Parents. Entitled parents make terrible house guests. Some friends with kids were visiting recently from another state. When they told me they would be coming through my city, I didn't offer to host them because they don't correct their children. However, when asked, I felt put on the spot and let them stay. Big mistake. I had 2 guest rooms set up, one for parents and one for 2 kids. 2 kids had expensive camping mats, sheets, sleeping bags, comforters, and pillows. Oh, and their own TV. Sure. I have a living room with a casual comfy couch and a sitting room with a formal white couch. Apparently, their 11-year-old decided to sleep on my white couch. I was already in bed, but 11-year-old, who had been wearing the same clothes for days, had his parents' blessing. When told about it in the morning, I was irritated and expressed that. Next night I see kiddo heading towards my couch with blankets. I told his mom he needed sheets to sleep on my white couch. Meltdown ensued. Said he was welcome to sleep on comfy could without sheets. He did, after much consoling and coddling from his mom, and blared his tablet until late in the living room, right outside my bedroom. Next morning they get up at 5 and yell at each other across my house. Don't forget your swimsuit, all while letting the door between my garage and kitchen slam about 20 times while loading their car. They also ordered food delivery for dinner for just them, and didn't even ask if I wanted anything. Left my kitchen a hot mess and my guest toilet covered in urine. Never again. For our next story. Told my mom I got married 3 years ago. Am I the a-hole? Hear me out. My mom has a long-standing pattern of disliking all my boyfriends. Every single one. She is so-so with my female friends, but every time I brought a BF home, 3 times, she started talking badly about them, blowing up the littlest things. Examples. I did not like this one because he left his shoes in the hallway. I did not like that one because his feet are too big. This one has a baby face. Does he even have hair on his chest? And so on. My third BF turned out to be serious. We've been together 17 years, traveled the world, super happy. He is my best friend. We even bought an apartment together, which she knows. During COVID, we got married at the town hall, just the 2 of us. We like to throw parties for the people we like, but weddings are just not our thing. It really wasn't a big deal for us, and even our friends we only told when it came up. I mean, 17 years and a life together, who would be surprised? Anyway, told my mom over dinner the other day. I visit her about once a year as I live on a different continent. She totally flipped. First, she acted like she wanted to celebrate. I was surprised, but thought, okay, whatever, and went to open a bottle. Then she goes, let's cheer to burying this topic forever, to which I obviously say no. If she can't be happy for me, what should we be cheering to? I went to my room. Now the next morning she still can't get over it, bringing up the fact that I didn't tell her for 3 years, over and over. She's really upset about it and says it's because my now husband is dominating me. She only ever met him twice, 15 years ago, and was so rude I never brought him back. It's like she wants the antics and status of a wedding and mother-in-law without putting in the emotional work of at least trying to connect to the ones I love. I just don't get her reaction. Let's dive into our next story. I'm 19. My money still isn't mine. Birthday money? Gone. Any money I've ever gotten? Gone. I got $4,000 for my 18th birthday, and my mother forced me to spend it on extra driving lessons that I didn't even want. On things for house, or to just lend her my money cause she needed it. She said she'd give it back, like always. She never did. Anytime I get any money, I have to either spend it fast or accept that I'll have to either buy all groceries and things for it. If I don't spend it, she'll come to me and say that she'll give it back. But whenever I ask, she says that right now she doesn't have the money, but I can ask next month. It's like that with every birthday, Christmas, or any holiday where I could get money from older relatives. My money is never ever mine. I wanted to save for my own good laptop, but anytime I started, I was forced to give it up. And if I ever mention that she owes me anything, it's far more than $4,000. Apparently even my uncle gave a $100 to her for me for my birthday, but she never gave it to me, and it's not the first time. She says that she pays for my food, my furniture, my clothes. I have to beg her to give me any money when I go out once in a few months. Other than that, we never have money, and others. I always owe her. It doesn't matter if I wanted to save for a new keyboard. It doesn't matter if I just wanted to actually have some money in case of emergencies. The emergency is always now, and it's her. And she will literally randomly make big purchases, and later complain how much she had to work for it and that we now have no money because of what she bought. Edit, it just hurts so much. I see all my friends talking about how they can make money or get it and actually have it, without having to beg every single time. I won't even buy any more expensive coffee with them at all. Even once a stupid year. Even if I had a job, I just know I'd have to give it away. And I really want to go and try, but she didn't hesitate to take $4,000. 4 stupid thousand. I'm literally crying over my phone. I even had people point out that I have no savings. But how can I have them if they're all taken away? I'm 19. And I don't even have my own money. Edit 2. Clarification. I do have a bank account. She knows about it and makes me either send her money, take the money so it's in cash, and give for things she needs, or just buy things with it. Edit 3. I'll try and make a separate bank account and a new bank, and hopefully somehow talk to my relatives to at least make her not notice I have money. I'll try to cut her off in university. They're free here, but I don't know how yet. It still makes me feel bad, so. Plus, some of my responses are in a joking or sarcastic tone. Humor is my coping mechanism, and being passive-aggressive about someone who's passive-aggressive about my whole existence helps. Edit 4. About saying no. Copied from one of things I wrote. Resisting is difficult. I get cursed out for even being calm while she's screaming. She's fully capable of just locking me in the house if she's mad enough, sometimes turns off the electricity or takes my belongings. This is not a situation where I can just say no. Not if I want to text a friend to calm down, not if I want to brush my teeth with any light access, not if I want to know that the last 100 things someone called me were lazy, selfish cow, effed up idiot who needs to go to a mental hospital and such. On to the next story. My mom is giving me the silent treatment because I didn't took her to the hair salon. I, 37 female, have a mother, 67 female, who stopped driving years ago because of health issues. My mom and I go to the same hair salon because it's cheaper than other places, but the salon is a little far, 30 minutes drive. Most of the time my dad drives my mom for her appointments. For some reason she got into the habit of asking me when I'm going to the salon because she wants to come with me to get a ride and get her hair done the same day as me. She never consulted me or asked me if it was okay for her to come with me. She just assumed that because I'm her daughter we should go to our appointments together. Growing up I hated going to the salon with her because she would give a lot of unsolicited advice on how to do my hair. She would even talk to the hairdresser for me when I was a grown woman and made me feel embarrassed. She doesn't do this anymore, but I feel more relaxed going by myself. Whenever she asks if I'm going to the salon I get annoyed, like I feel pressured to go so she can go too. I used to like going to the salon by myself because the hairdresser takes a long time doing my hair since it's long, and I don't like people waiting on me. I also see doing my hair as a way of pampering myself, so I want to feel relaxed. So I made an appointment and decided not to tell my mom. She ended up texting me the usual thing, "Are you planning on going to the hair salon?" And I told her yes, but that I was going by myself this time. I could have lied, but I don't like doing that. She seemed offended because she started giving one-word replies, and now she hasn't talked to me in 2 days. Is it bad to go by myself sometimes? Is my mom acting entitled by assuming I should take her to my hair appointments? Our last story for today. My son's allowed to hit you. I'm a plumber and my job brings me to the insides of a lot of homes. I have many funny stories, but this is really my only really negative one, as other stories are just rude people and constant reschedulers. Anyway, one time in particular was to go to entitled Mom, house to fix her sink. Her husband had left her recently, and she didn't know how to fix the problem, and she has called in a couple times as her husband would be gone quite frequently. I don't know why and don't want to assume. And couldn't fix it. So I was called into the home, and as I arrived I was greeted by EK, entitled Kid, and he yells to his mother, and she lets me in and leads me to the sink that isn't working. Most cases the sink is leaking, this one wasn't pushing water into the spout, though, so there was no mess. EK approaches me as I start to work and is kicking me. He's not hurting me, but it got agitating after a little bit, so I tell EK to stop, to where he proceeds to start hitting me in the face, so I get and this is the conversation that unfolds. Me, could you possibly tell your son to please stop hitting me while I'm working? It makes it hard to focus. What do you mean? Is he hurting you? Me, no, not really, I'm just trying to focus and it's annoying. So if he's not hurting you, what does it matter? Me, well, I'm trying to focus and it's quite aggravating. IK name, is this true? EK, yes. Me, shocked he didn't lie. Well, it's my house and our rules are different. Me, are you serious? Yes, I am. My son is allowed to hit you because you are in the premises of my house. Crosses arms. Me, starts to pack up my tools and such and walks towards door to leave. What are you doing? I paid good money for your services. Me, I'll make sure we get you a refund. Drives away. From what I know, this hasn't happened to any other people who came into the house to fix it in the past, as it wasn't brought up to me, nor has anyone left on her before, besides her husband. Also, don't worry, she got her refund. Our last story for today. Entitled Mother Causes Scene at Bakery. So this was my first time seeing a real life Karen, and I had to share this. So I was at a bakery to buy bread. I was waiting in line with my mom when I saw a woman screaming at the bakery's manager. I assumed she asked for him. Of course, LOL. I couldn't make out what was going on at first. I just heard her yelling about how that bakery mistreated her daughter and how she would fight for her rights. When it was mine and my mom's turn in line, my mother asked the baker what was going on, and he explained. Apparently that woman's daughter, who's a grown adult, was waiting in line while her mother waited. When it was the daughter's turn in line, the baker called her, but she was on her phone and didn't pay attention. The baker tried to call her several times, but she paid no attention, so he asked for the next person in line. The daughter then noticed she was skipped, and her mother went furious and started yelling and asking for the manager because her daughter was mistreated. And after talking to the manager, she went to the poor baker and yelled for the whole bakery to hear. "Everyone look, this is the man who mistreated my daughter and left the bakery fuming." That was a really weird experience for me and my mother. After we paid, my mom just said to the baker, "Some people just like to cause a scene," and they both awkwardly smiled. And then we left. LOL. And those are all the stories we have for today. See you tomorrow.